Byron Osiro, and I am remarried. So I'm married to this amazing doll, Lorna Osiro. Coincidentally, we got married about a year ago. Today is 7th. We got married on 9th December.
Oh.
So in 2 days, we're celebrating our anniversary. But yeah, we are both on our second and last marriages. We're not doing this again. And we're happy to have two amazing boys. You know, Mara is 9 years old. Baby Howie is just 19 months old. That's 1 year, 7 months. Yeah, and we are passionate about mentoring relationships, coincidentally. So we're in the right space. Yeah, that's us from myself.
All right. So can she say something?
Hello, everyone. I believe my amazing husband has said better part of everything that encompasses us. But above all, we love God and we are born-again Christians. We are also in the marriage ministry in our church, Regis Baptist. And we are looking forward to interacting with you and sharing with you our journey of second chances.
Thank you. So can we go now to Kathy and Anthony Ngere?
You can start. I always say ladies first in my circles, so I allow my wife to start first, then I can be able to get second.
Thank you. Yes, as Nancy has said, we are the Mengeres. I'm Kathy, my husband Anthony. We are a blended family. This is my first marriage, and my husband's second. Third. Hey, numbers. Third marriage. We 5 years in marriage, been in a blended family. We have 2 and many more to come. That's what I always say. Justin, 27, and Jasmine, 23. She graduated yesterday from campus. That's a milestone for us, you know. And Justin is also married. He got married in between our 5 years. So we have an organization, Blossom Treasures, where we are also in family, looking forward to the redemption, God's plan for redeeming families back to his original plan and intent. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. My wife just mentioned that I was married 3 times. And I think it's worth to mention this just to encourage us. The first marriage was a divorce. So I went through a divorce episode. But I think a divorce element for men, how we handle divorce as men is a bit different. At that time I didn't know Jesus. So I handled it in a worldly way, and it was comfortable that way. And then, of course, I went into my second marriage after the divorce. And that one ended with the death of my partner from cancer. So basically, it was such an episode that I had to go for about 11 years in her cancer episode. But then I think God knew where I was to go after that. And the purpose for it was after taking care of her for the 11 years, then that was a time when he opened up my eyes, because I asked him I needed to get married and get married right. And that was the time when I met my beautiful wife. And we are married now for 62 months. I keep telling her 62 months. That means 5 years and 2 months. Yeah, so basically I keep tab of that, and I surprise her every other anniversary month. So I call upon her and I tell her, sweetheart, happy whatever number of months. I don't like talking about years, because I believe we shall be married for as long as it takes. 100 years and above, that's our prayer, and we shall see it. So I keep calling those 100 years with a number of months, so that I see the years coming closer. So I see now we are at 62 months, so I can see 100 we're approaching to 100 years, not months. So this is what we always introduce ourselves every other anniversary month, which happens on the 4th of every month. Thank you.
Right. And now our final panelist, the lovely Dr. Mercy Goki, just next to me. Yeah, use your turn.
Thank you very much. My name is Mercy Goki. Yes, I'm an educationist. I'm first a teacher. The other details come later, but I'm currently registered at the Aga Khan University. I love the Lord very much. He's my friend. I was married for 17 years. So Philo, yeah. Yes, I could feel you. I could feel you where you lose your marriage and you are lost. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing, especially if you got married when you are born again, meaning you may not have tasted so many, so you are there. So that's who I am. I am a mother of 2 sons, 2 great sons. My firstborn is an advocate of the High Court, 32 years, and my baby is a doctor at Kijabe. In case you go to Kijabe, talk to me, can I attend? That's my baby, 29 years. I am very passionate about the single again. I have reinvented that name. I have said we are not separated, we are not divorced, we are not widowed, we are single again. Meaning we were once single, got married, and for whatever reasons, we are now again single. So that is what I do when I'm not at Aga Khan. I'm very passionate. I reach out to anyone who cares to listen to me. And because I am a teacher, I know how to negotiate. And the Lord has helped me, and we've been able to reach out. Allow me to say that Jenny has been a great mentor for me. I love you, Jenny. I wish I could come down and hug you like the way Philo did. But when she was starting Sandref, I was the first speaker with one more. So seeing you coming this far, Jenny, I am so proud of you. Well done. And I'm happy to be here. Yes. The teacher in me is feeling like asking you to hug yourselves. Do you want to hug yourself? Yeah, please do it from the teacher of maths. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We've started on a very good note. I can see that. And you're moving on to a very interesting topic right now, because what I'm going to ask my panelists is, how does one tell they are ready to date after a breakup and after taking a healing journey? So I'm looking at those heroes. Yeah.
How does one tell they're ready to date? I think it's different for, even just between Lorna and myself, because she went through her own journey. She'll talk about it. I went through my own. I think by the time I was leaving my marriage, I knew I was ready to meet someone else, to be honest. Yes. I'd gone through a lot. We first broke up in 2018. Again, I'm the one who walked away. And then 5-6 months later, the parents met. We met and they said, just go back and try. And they said, what am I trying, Dad? You know what I've been talking about. But then I ended up going back. And now the dynamics changed from the issues that I used to have. So now the person was insisting, propose to me again. We need to renew our vows. And I'm saying, I need to feel you're the person. I still don't feel it. Propose to me. I need to feel. Propose. So it just ended up in chaos. And it got to a place where I said, I think I made a mistake to come back here. I should have stuck to my guns. I had met Lorna. I got married to the other lady in 2013. And 1 year in, I met Lorna at her workplace. And oh my God, the beautiful glow that hit me. I just started telling myself, niliharakisha kwa nini? Mbona sikungoja? But then there's nothing I could do with her because now I'm in. And she had also been married, I think 1 year. In her relationship, she was in for 1 year. And so there's nothing we could do. And I never saw this lady from her head downwards because she used to be behind the desk for another 5 or 6 years, you know, until we met again. Now, the things that I went through, I just was fed up. It never used to make sense to me why I'm the man who, for the person I call wife to cook for me, another person, another man, you know, Pastor Njoroge Kigwi has to come and tell her to cook. I'm like, is this normal? You know, basic things. And so I got tired while I was in. And that's why I knew me, and me, I love, and I love myself. I just knew, hapa kimeumana, and I'm going to leave one day when God wills. And it became a prayer item. I literally told God, you are the third strand in this marriage. Get me out. You know what has been done to me. These days I think of that statement and I laugh, because I didn't know half of the things that had been done to me. But God protected me through it. So I'm trying to stick to that question. How do you know? For me, I knew when I was leaving that this is not the right place for me, and I'm willing to try with somebody else. And when God answered me, you know, in a very unique way, I walked out. A series of things then started happening that confirmed that I needed to have run much faster. And I met Lorna again another time. We had met in between. After the first separation, I met Lorna and we started dating while I was dealing with my issues. And then I looked at her one day and said, you know what? I can't do this. I'll be caught tomorrow. And you're such a lovely person for me to date you and hide you. So because this can't happen, by the way, I'm done. And I broke that relationship, nikaenda zangu, and I never ever spoke to her again. So now we were meeting the third time, and that's when God felt it was right. And the story is crazy, because I know one of the questions she'll ask is now dating, you know, dating after round one, after divorce. And maybe I need to keep it for the question. We'll talk about it at that point. My answer is, by the time I was leaving, I knew I needed to try something else. Thank you.
All right. Lorna.
So when did I know I was ready to move on and date? In my previous relationship, the much I could vumilia was 5 years. Hey, Viro 37. That's God's grace. I think by 5 years, I was like, you know what? I put for myself deadlines. I said, actually, I said the year before, by next year, April, if nothing has changed, I will have to change something in me. I have to walk out. If not so, I will die very young of misery and depression. So I decided, I remember I did my Rura show, and I looked stunning. I love fashion. So I looked very beautiful. But my friend had to bring for me a weed cake. I was not yet saved. So I was high like a kite the entire time, because I did not want to go on with it. But I'd gone through so much pain, and I felt, you know what? Wacha nijiredeem tu kidogo, hoping for a better tomorrow. And definitely the better tomorrow never came. And my April came, and I'd gone through so much, to the point of being auctioned, losing everything. And it was such, I don't think anyone who's gone through auctioning, I don't think you'd ever want to experience that. One, it's very embarrassing. Two, it's like a low blow. Someone has beaten you from the stomach under, and losing things that you've really worked hard for. And worse, when it's not even your fault, it's the other person's fault. And when April came, I knew it's time to leave. And after some months, we met, we were chatting. He's asking me, how is your marriage? I'm like, that one, I moved on long time ago. I am happily single. Him, he's like, hey, we need to have coffee. Anyway, with time, we started dating. I believe both of us were not saved. We had backslidden. And with time, by the time I knew I wanted to get married, we had already separated. But now I went through a journey of rededication and restoration with God. So I started finding myself, who is Lorna with God? who am I as a child of God? So I got saved and I started the restoration journey. Was it easy? It was not as easy because I had to face all the demons. I had to go through breaking soul ties. I had to go through breaking generational curses, the whole process. And by the time, and I told God, God, now I am ready to settle because I am tired. I am tired of the world. I am tired of being single. As in, it reaches somewhere where you're like, okay, probably you're having the money where you'd be given by people here and there, but you're looking for that happiness. And when indeed, I just told God I wanted to get married, I'd gone to Prayer Mountain in Elementaita, Heaven's Gate. And I'm there just praying, interceding. And lo and behold, I'm telling God, please, accelerate for me who you want me to get married to. Guess who appeared? Lo and behold, it was him. I even stopped and laughed with God. I'm like, God, by the way, you have jokes. Why are you bringing me someone who is married? As in, what's the purpose? Anyway, I prayed. I told him, okay, bless him. I just continued praying, putting my list. By the way, when you want to get married again, you start with God. For me, that is what worked. You start your purpose with God and then be very specific with what you want. I was specific on what I wanted. And within 3 months, God accelerated. Every man admits. It's like I had a forehead written wife to be. From our worker at home at Shags, to the watchmen, to people who are affluent. Yani, everyone. Until I'm like, what is it everyone is telling me? You're the wife to be. I'm like, Kwani, we have this. And I just told God, since I'm still learning your journey and I need the discernment to know who is the right man for me, please choose for me because I'm not yet there. And indeed, actually that's when he came now and told me, I don't want to get married. So when we met, I told him, but then I'm getting married. Asking by who? I don't know, but I know in a year's time I'm getting married. He's like, are you dating? No. How sure are you? I just know I'm going to get married. I think that's when he was like, this is a very different Lorna. The Lorna I knew before was a party girl. This one here, she's talking about God. God has done this. It's like, what happened? And that's when I knew I'm ready for a second time marriage. But this time, for the second time, I was very sure of what I want. I knew who I was. I knew where I had come from, and I was not going to settle for less. And I was not going to change who I am for another person. I knew I'm going to be Lorna and proud of who I am, so that if it is him I'm getting married to, I don't have to pretend. He'll take me as I am, who I am, and we're in the same path line. But the major thing I ask God is, may you get me a man of God who we are in alignment in spirit.